Question 1. What should you do if you approach an intersection with a flashing yellow light? A. Stop and wait for the light to turn green. B. Proceed with caution. C. Speed up to clear the intersection quickly. Answer. B. Proceed with caution. A flashing yellow light at an intersection means you should slow down and proceed with caution, being prepared to stop if necessary. Question 2. How far must you park from a fire hydrant? A. At least 15 feet. B. At least 5 feet. C. At least 10 feet. Answer. A. At least 15 feet. It's required to park no closer than 15 feet from a fire hydrant to ensure that emergency services can access it if necessary. Question 3. What is the legal blood alcohol concentration limit for drivers over the age of 21 in Nevada? A. 0, 8%. B. 0, 5%. C. 0, 10%. Answer. A. 0, 8%. In Nevada, the legal blood alcohol concentration limit for drivers over the age of 21 is 0, 8%. Question 4. What actions should you take if your vehicle starts to skid on ice? A. Brake hard and steer in the opposite direction of the skid. B. Steer in the direction of the skid and gently tap the brakes. C. Steer in the direction of the skid and avoid braking. Answer. C. Steer in the direction of the skid and avoid braking. To correct a skid on ice, you should steer gently in the direction you want the front of the vehicle to go and avoid using the brakes. Question 5. When is it legal to make a U-turn in a business district? A. Only at intersections. B. Anywhere as long as it is not prohibited by a sign. C. At intersections and openings in a divided roadway where U-turns are permitted. Answer. C. At intersections and openings in a divided roadway where U-turns are permitted. It is legal to make a U-turn in a business district at intersections or openings in a divided roadway unless otherwise prohibited. Question 6. What is the speed limit in school zones when children are present? A. 15 miles per hour. B. 20 miles per hour. C. 25 miles per hour. Answer. A. 15 miles per hour. The speed limit in school zones when children are present is typically 15 miles per hour to ensure the safety of children crossing the road. Question 7. Describe the process to properly yield right-of-way at a four-way stop. A. The first vehicle to stop should move forward first. B. The vehicle on the right always has the right-of-way. C. Yield to all other vehicles before moving forward. Answer. A. The first vehicle to stop should move forward first. At a four-way stop, the first vehicle to reach the stop and come to a complete stop has the right-of-way. Question 8. What are the penalties for failing to stop for a school bus with flashing red lights? A. A fine of up to $500. B. A fine and possible suspension of your driver's license. C. A warning for the first offense. Answer. B. A fine and possible suspension of your driver's license. Failing to stop for a school bus with flashing red lights can result in a fine and potentially the suspension of your driver's license. Question 9. Under what circumstances can you legally pass a vehicle on the right? A. When the vehicle ahead is making a left turn and you are on a multi-lane road. B. When driving in a lane designated for right turns only. C. It is never legal to pass on the right. Answer. A. When the vehicle ahead is making a left turn and you are on a multi-lane road, you can legally pass a vehicle on the right if it is safe to do so, particularly when the vehicle ahead is making a left turn and there is room to pass on a multi-lane roadway. Question 10. How should you respond to an emergency vehicle that is approaching with sirens and lights activated? A. Continue driving at the same speed. B. Pull over to the right and stop. C. Speed up and clear the lane. Answer. B. Pull over to the right and stop. When you see an emergency vehicle approaching with sirens and lights, you should pull over to the right side of the road and stop to allow it to pass safely. Question 11. What does a solid white line on the highway indicate? A. Lane changes are allowed. B. Lane changes are discouraged. C. Lane changes are prohibited. Answer: C. Lane changes are prohibited. A solid white line on the highway indicates that lane changes are prohibited in areas where it is unsafe to do so. Question 12. What are the seatbelt requirements for passengers in the back seat? A. Seat belts are not required for passengers over 18. B. All passengers must wear seat belts. C. Only minors must wear seat belts. Answer: B. All passengers must wear seat belts. In Nevada, all passengers, regardless of age or seating position, are required to wear seat belts. Question 13. How should you adjust your driving in foggy conditions? A. Increase your speed to minimize time spent in the fog. B. Use your high beam headlights. C. Use your low beam headlights and reduce speed. Answer: C. Use your low beam headlights and reduce speed. When driving in fog, it's important to use low beam headlights and reduce your speed to improve visibility and reaction time. Question 14. At what distance should you signal before making a turn? A. At least 100 feet before the turn. B. At least 50 feet before the turn. C. At least 200 feet before the turn. Answer: A. At least 100 feet before the turn. It is recommended to signal at least 100 feet before making a turn to give other drivers and pedestrians adequate notice of your intentions. Question 15. What does a yellow diamond-shaped sign typically indicate? A. A railroad crossing is ahead. B. A school zone is ahead. C. Warning or caution. Answer: C. Warning or caution. A yellow diamond-shaped sign is used to warn drivers of potential hazards or changes in road conditions ahead. Question 16. When are you required to use your headlights? A. From sunset to sunrise. B. Only during inclement weather. C. From 30 minutes after sunset to 30 minutes before sunrise. Answer: C. From 30 minutes after sunset to 30 minutes before sunrise. It is required to use headlights from 30 minutes after sunset to 30 minutes before sunrise, and during any time when visibility is reduced, such as during inclement weather. Question 17. What is the proper following distance on a highway? A. 2 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you. B. 4 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you. C. 6 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you. Answer: B. 4 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you. Maintaining a following distance of at least 4 seconds on the highway provides enough time to react safely to traffic changes. Question 18. What steps should you take after a minor car accident without injuries? A. Leave your vehicle in the road. B. Move your vehicle to the side of the road if possible. C. Drive away from the scene. Answer: B. Move your vehicle to the side of the road if possible. After a minor car accident without injuries, you should move your vehicle to the side of the road to avoid blocking traffic and then exchange information with the other driver. Question 19. How do you determine the right-of-way when merging onto the highway? A. The merging vehicle has the right-of-way. B. The vehicle on the highway has the right-of-way. C. Whoever is faster has the right-of-way. Answer: B. The vehicle on the highway has the right-of-way. When merging onto the highway, vehicles already on the highway have the right-of-way, and merging drivers must yield to them. Question 20. What does a red triangle sign mean? A. Yield. B. Stop. C. Warning. Answer: A. Yield. A red triangle sign is used to indicate that drivers must yield the right-of-way and be prepared to stop if necessary. Question 21. How long must a driver stop at a railroad crossing when a train is approaching? A. until the train has passed and the warning lights stop flashing. B. Only while the train is actively crossing. C. 5 minutes before and after the train passes. Answer A. Until the train has passed and the warning lights stop flashing. Drivers must stop at a railroad crossing when a train is approaching and remain stopped until the train has completely passed and the warning lights have ceased. Question 22. What should you do if your accelerator sticks while driving? A. Continue to drive and attempt to turn off the engine. B. Pump the brakes and shift to neutral. C. Apply the parking brake immediately. Answer B. Pump the brakes and shift to neutral. If your accelerator sticks, you should pump the brakes to slow down and shift the vehicle into neutral, allowing the engine to rev freely while you safely steer to the side of the road. Question 23. At what blood alcohol concentration is a driver under 21 considered to be driving under the influence in Nevada? A. 0, 2%. B. 0, 8%. C. 0, 5%. Answer A. 0, 2%. In Nevada, drivers under the age of 21 are considered to be driving under the influence if their blood alcohol concentration is 0, 2% or higher, reflecting stricter regulations for underage drivers. Question 24. What is the minimum distance to follow a fire truck responding to an emergency? A. 300 feet. B. 500 feet. C. 100 feet. Answer B. 500 feet. It is required to follow at least 500 feet behind a fire truck that is responding to an emergency to ensure safety and not to interfere with emergency operations. Question 25. What do two parallel white lines across a roadway indicate? A. A pedestrian crossing. B. Lane boundaries. C. Traffic must stop. Answer C. Traffic must stop. Two parallel white lines across a roadway indicate that traffic approaching the lines must stop and proceed only when it is safe to do so. Question 26. Describe the proper use of a center turning lane. A. For overtaking slower vehicles. B. For making both left and right turns. C. For making left turns only. Answer C. For making left turns only. A center turning lane is designated for use by vehicles making left turns and is not for through traffic or right turns. Question 27. What are Nevada's laws regarding the use of a cell phone while driving? A. Use is allowed for calls but not for texting. B. Handheld use is banned. Hands-free is allowed. C. All cell phone use is permitted. Answer B. Handheld use is banned. Hands-free is allowed. In Nevada, drivers are prohibited from using handheld cell phones while driving, but they may use hands-free devices to make calls. Question 28. What precautions should you take when driving near large trucks or buses? A. Follow closely to stay in their mirrors. B. Give them extra space due to their larger blind spots. C. Pass quickly without signaling. Answer B. Give them extra space due to their larger blind spots. When driving near large trucks or buses, it's important to give them extra space because these vehicles have larger blind spots and require more time and distance to maneuver. Question 29. What does a pentagon-shaped sign generally indicate? A. A no passing zone. B. A school zone or school crossing. C. A railroad crossing. Answer B. A school zone or school crossing. Pentagon-shaped signs are used primarily to indicate school zones or school crossings, alerting drivers to the presence of children and the need for reduced speed. Question 30. How does one handle driving through a roundabout? A. Yield to all traffic in the roundabout before entering. B. Enter at high speed to maintain traffic flow. C. Stop completely before entering. Answer A. Yield to all traffic in the roundabout before entering. When approaching a roundabout, drivers should yield to traffic already circulating within it before entering. Question 31. What are the requirements for using safety seats for children in Nevada? A. All children under age 8 must be in a safety seat. B. Safety seats are recommended but not required. C. Only infants must be in a rear-facing safety seat. Answer. A. All children under age 8 must be in a safety seat. Nevada law requires that all children under the age of 8 be properly secured in a child safety seat or booster seat unless they are taller than 57 inches. Question 32. What is the protocol for approaching a flashing red traffic signal? A. Treat it as a stop sign. B. Slow down and proceed with caution. C. Treat it as a yield sign. Answer. A. Treat it as a stop sign. A flashing red traffic signal should be treated as a stop sign. Drivers must come to a complete stop and proceed only when it's safe. Question 33. How do you handle a tire blowout while driving at high speed? A. Immediately apply the brakes and stop. B. Gradually slow down and steer straight until you can safely pull over. C. Accelerate to maintain control. Answer. B. Gradually slow down and steer straight until you can safely pull over. If you experience a tire blowout at high speed, you should avoid abrupt braking, maintain your steering direction, and gradually slow down until you can pull over safely. Question 34. What should you do if you encounter wildlife on the roadway? A. Attempt to move the animal off the road. B. Slow down and pass carefully. C. Speed up to scare the animal away. Answer. B. Slow down and pass carefully. If you encounter wildlife on the roadway, it's safest to slow down and pass the animal carefully, being alert for any sudden movements. Question 35. What does a green arrow showing with a red light mean at a traffic light? A. Proceed in the direction of the arrow with caution. B. Stop and wait for the green light. C. You have the right of way in all directions. Answer. A. Proceed in the direction of the arrow with caution. A green arrow with a red light allows you to proceed in the direction of the arrow, but requires caution as cross traffic may be stopped. Question 36. What are the rules for parking uphill with and without a curb? A. Turn your wheels away from the curb. B. Turn your wheels toward the curb. C. Keep your wheels straight. Answer. A. Turn your wheels away from the curb when there is no curb, and B. Turn your wheels toward the curb when there is a curb. This prevents the car from rolling into traffic if the brakes fail. Question 37. How should you react to an aggressive driver? A. Respond with similar aggression. B. Ignore the aggressive behavior and keep a safe distance. C. Follow closely and signal your displeasure. Answer. B. Ignore the aggressive behavior and keep a safe distance. The safest way to deal with aggressive drivers is to remain calm, ignore their gestures, and maintain a safe distance to avoid conflict. Question 38. What are the laws regarding the use of headlights when raining? A. Headlights are not required. B. Headlights must be turned on when using windshield wipers. C. Use high beams during heavy rain. Answer. B. Headlights must be turned on when using windshield wipers. In Nevada, the law requires that headlights be used any time the windshield wipers are in use. Question 39. What should a driver do if they are being passed by another vehicle? A. Increase speed to make passing more difficult. B. Maintain or reduce speed to facilitate the pass. C. Move to the left to prevent passing. Answer. B. Maintain or reduce speed to facilitate the pass. When being passed by another vehicle, you should maintain or slightly reduce your speed to help the other driver pass safely. Question 40. What are the legal requirements for motorcycle helmet use in Nevada? A. Helmets are required for all riders. B. Helmets are optional for riders over the age of 21. C. Helmets are only required for passengers. Answer A. Helmets are required for all riders. In Nevada, helmets are mandatory for all motorcycle riders and passengers, regardless of age. Question 41. What steps should you take if you are involved in a hit-and-run accident? A. Chase the fleeing driver. B. Gather information from witnesses and report the incident to the police. C. Leave the scene if there are no serious injuries. Answer B. Gather information from witnesses and report the incident to the police. If involved in a hit and run, you should not chase the fleeing driver but instead gather any available information from witnesses and report the incident to the police promptly. Question 42. What should you do if you encounter a funeral procession while driving? A. Join the procession for a shortcut. B. Yield and do not interrupt the procession. C. Honk to signal the procession to move faster. Answer B. Yield and do not interrupt the procession. It is respectful and often legally required to yield and not cut through or interrupt a funeral procession. Question 43. How should you react if the traffic lights at an intersection are not working? A. Proceed as if it is a four-way stop. B. Ignore the outage and move quickly through the intersection. C. Only yield to traffic on the right. Answer A. Proceed as if it is a four-way stop. When traffic lights are out, treat the intersection as a four-way stop, where all drivers must come to a complete stop and yield the right-of-way as necessary. Question 44. When can you legally cross a double solid yellow line? A. To pass another vehicle. B. When turning left into a driveway or intersection. C. It is never legal to cross. Answer B. When turning left into a driveway or intersection. Crossing a double solid yellow line is permitted when entering or exiting a driveway or turning left at an intersection. Question 45. What precautions should you take when driving in a school zone? A. Increase speed to clear the area faster. B. Always stop for school buses. C. Drive slowly and watch for children. Answer C. Drive slowly and watch for children. When driving in a school zone, it is crucial to reduce speed, obey all traffic signs, and be vigilant for children crossing the street. Question 46. What are the fines associated with speeding in a construction zone? A. Double the normal fines. B. No different than normal speeding fines. C. Half the normal fines. Answer A. Double the normal fines. Speeding in a construction zone typically incurs fines that are double those of normal speeding fines due to the increased danger to workers and other motorists. Question 47. What is the proper procedure for changing lanes on a multi-lane highway? A. Signal, check mirrors, and quickly change lanes. B. Signal, check mirrors and blind spots, then change lanes when safe. C. Change lanes abruptly to find the fastest lane. Answer B. Signal, check mirrors, and blind spots, then change lanes when safe. Always signal your intention to change lanes, check both mirrors and blind spots, and change lanes only when it is safe to do so. Question 48. How should drivers behave in the presence of pedestrian crosswalks at uncontrolled intersections? A. Speed up to cross before pedestrians. B. Always stop, whether pedestrians are present or not. C. Yield to pedestrians and stop if necessary. Answer C. Yield to pedestrians and stop if necessary. Drivers should always yield to pedestrians at crosswalks and stop if pedestrians are crossing or waiting to cross. Question 49. What should you do if you're approaching a blinking red light at an intersection? A. Treat it as a yield sign. B. Treat it as a stop sign. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. C. Ignore it if no other vehicles are present. Answer B. Treat it as a stop sign. stop completely, then proceed when safe. A blinking red light functions like a stop sign. Drivers must come to a complete stop and may proceed only when it is safe. Question 50. What is the rule regarding following distance in poor weather conditions? A. Decrease following distance. B. Maintain the same following distance as in clear conditions. C. Increase following distance. Answer: C. Increase following distance. In poor weather conditions, it is important to increase the following distance between your vehicle and the one in front to account for longer stopping distances. Question 51. How do you respond if the rear end of your vehicle begins to slide sideways on wet roads? A. Steer in the opposite direction of the slide. B. Steer in the direction of the slide. C. Apply brakes sharply to halt the slide. Answer: B. Steer in the direction of the slide. If the rear of your vehicle begins to slide, you should steer in the direction of the slide to regain control of your car. Question 52. What should be done if a police officer signals you to pull over? A. Ignore the signal if you believe it's a mistake. B. Pull over to the right side of the road safely. C. Accelerate to find a more convenient place to stop. Answer: B. Pull over to the right side of the road safely. When signaled by a police officer, pull over to the right side of the road as soon as it is safe to do so. Question 53. How can a driver regain control of a vehicle in the event of brake failure? A. Continue to pump the brakes. B. Use the emergency brake and shift to a lower gear. C. Accelerate to increase airflow through the engine. Answer: B. Use the emergency brake and shift to a lower gear. If you experience brake failure, you should use the emergency brake and shift to a lower gear to help slow the vehicle down safely. Question 54. What does it mean when a school bus has its yellow lights flashing? A. The bus is stopping to let children off. B. The bus is preparing to stop. C. The bus is accelerating and it is safe to pass. Answer: B. The bus is preparing to stop. Flashing yellow lights on a school bus indicate that it is preparing to stop to load or unload children. Drivers should slow down and prepare to stop. Question 55. What are the rules regarding the use of hazard lights while driving? A. Use them only when stopped or in an emergency. B. Use them to signal that you are driving slowly. C. Use them at all times in poor visibility. Answer: A. Use them only when stopped or in an emergency. Hazard lights should be used to indicate that the vehicle is stopped or in distress, not for normal driving conditions. Question 56. What does a no standing sign mean? A. You may not park, but you can stop to load or unload passengers. B. You may not park, stop, or stand. C. You may stop temporarily to pick up or drop off passengers. Answer: C. You may stop temporarily to pick up or drop off passengers. A no standing sign indicates that you may stop temporarily to load or unload passengers, but not to park or leave the vehicle unattended. Question 57. Under what conditions is it permissible to overtake another vehicle on the left? A. If the vehicle is moving below the speed limit. B. If the vehicle is turning right and you have enough clearance. C. On a one-lane road with no oncoming traffic. Answer: B. If the vehicle is turning right and you have enough clearance. It is generally permissible to overtake on the left if the vehicle ahead is turning right, provided there is enough clearance and it is safe to do so. Question 58. What are the rules concerning driving through a bus lane during its hours of operation? A. It is always allowed if traffic is slow. B. It is not allowed unless you are directed by a police officer. C. It is allowed if you are turning right within 200 feet. Answer: C. It is allowed if you are turning right within 200 feet. You may drive in a bus lane if you are turning right within 200 feet. Otherwise, it is reserved for buses during its hours of operation. Question 59. What does a sign with an orange background typically indicate? A. School zone. B. Recreational area ahead. C. Construction or road maintenance. Answer: C. Construction or road maintenance. Signs with an orange background are typically used to indicate construction or maintenance work areas and to alert drivers to possible hazards. Question 60. How do you proceed when you have a green light but the intersection is blocked? A. Proceed and wait in the intersection. B. Honk to clear traffic. C. Wait until the intersection is clear before entering. Answer: C. Wait until the intersection is clear before entering. Even if you have a green light, you should not enter an intersection unless you can completely pass through without stopping. Question 61. What must drivers do before entering a crosswalk? A. Accelerate to pass quickly before pedestrians enter. B. Yield to pedestrians and proceed when clear. C. Honk to alert pedestrians of their approach. Answer: B. Yield to pedestrians and proceed when clear. Drivers must always yield to pedestrians at crosswalks and can proceed only when it is safe and clear of pedestrians. Question 62. What should a driver do before backing up? A. Check mirrors only. B. Honk to alert nearby pedestrians and vehicles. C. Check all mirrors and blind spots for obstacles. Answer: C. Check all mirrors and blind spots for obstacles. Before backing up, it is important to check all mirrors and blind spots to ensure there are no pedestrians, vehicles, or obstacles in the way. Question 63. How do you handle driving in a shared left turn lane? A. Use the lane for passing slower traffic. B. Enter the lane at the last moment before turning. C. Enter the lane well before your turn and use it only for turning. Answer: C. Enter the lane well before your turn and use it only for turning. A shared left turn lane should be entered well before making the turn and used solely for the purpose of preparing to turn left. Question 64. What are the indicators that suggest it is safe to return to the right lane after passing another vehicle? A. You can see the vehicle's headlights in your rear view mirror. B. You have passed the vehicle's front bumper. C. The other driver signals you to return. Answer: A. You can see the vehicle's headlights in your rear view mirror. It is safe to return to the right lane after passing when you can see the passed vehicle's headlights in your rear view mirror, ensuring enough clearance. Question 65. When is it mandatory to report a traffic accident to the Nevada DMV? A. When there are no injuries or property damage. B. When property damage exceeds $750 or there are any injuries. C. Only when the police have been called to the scene. Answer: B. When property damage exceeds $750 or there are any injuries. In Nevada, it is mandatory to report any traffic accident involving property damage over $750 or any injuries to the DMV. Question 66. What should you do if you find yourself driving against traffic? A. Increase your speed to find a turnoff quicker. B. Pull over and turn around as soon as it is safe. C. Continue until you reach the next exit. Answer: B. Pull over and turn around as soon as it is safe. If you find yourself driving against traffic, safely pull over to the side of the road and turn around when it is safe to do so. Question 67. How should you react if you see an emergency vehicle stopped on the side of the highway with lights flashing? A. Maintain your speed and pass closely to save time. B. Move over a lane if safely possible and slow down. C. Stop behind the emergency vehicle and wait. Answer: B. Move over a lane if safely possible and slow down. When you see an emergency vehicle stopped with lights flashing, move over a lane if safely possible and reduce your speed to pass safely and comply with move over laws. Question 68. What does a blue-colored curb indicate? A. No parking anytime. B. Parking for a limited time. C. Handicapped parking only. Answer: C. Handicapped parking only. A blue curb is designated for handicapped parking, indicating that only vehicles with a handicapped permit may park there. Question 69. What should you check before changing lanes? A. Your vehicle's speed. B. Only the side mirrors. C. Mirrors and blind spots. Answer: C. Mirrors and blind spots. Always check your mirrors and blind spots before changing lanes to ensure it is safe to do so without colliding with another vehicle. Question 70. When is it necessary to use your vehicle's horn? A. To alert others to your presence in foggy conditions. B. As a greeting to other drivers you know. C. When another vehicle is in danger of hitting you. Answer: C. When another vehicle is in danger of hitting you. The horn should be used only to alert others to your presence when there is a danger of collision, not for communication or greeting. Question 71. What should you do if a traffic signal turns yellow as you approach an intersection? A. Speed up to beat the red light. B. Prepare to stop unless you are already in the intersection. C. Ignore the yellow light and proceed with caution. Answer: B. Prepare to stop unless you are already in the intersection. When approaching a yellow light, prepare to stop unless it is unsafe to do so because you are already too close to the intersection. Question 72. What are the implications of a right turn on red sign? A. You cannot turn right on a red light. B. You may turn right on a red light after a complete stop and if safe. C. Right turns on red are mandatory. Answer: B. You may turn right on a red light after a complete stop and if safe. A right turn on red sign allows drivers to turn right after stopping completely and ensuring that the turn can be made safely. Question 73. What considerations should you make when parking on a steep hill? A. Park with your wheels turned away from the curb. B. Park with your wheels turned towards the curb. C. It doesn't matter how the wheels are turned. Answer: B. Park with your wheels turned towards the curb when facing downhill and away when facing uphill with a curb. This prevents the car from rolling into traffic if the brakes fail. Question 74. What does a black and white sign typically indicate? A. A regulatory requirement, such as speed limits or no passing zones. B. A warning about potential hazards. C. Directions or services available. Answer: A. A regulatory requirement, such as speed limits or no passing zones. Black and white signs are used to communicate traffic regulations that drivers must follow. Question 75. When can a driver legally block an intersection? A. During heavy traffic to keep up with the flow. B. When directed by a police officer. C. It is never legal to block an intersection. Answer: C. It is never legal to block an intersection. Drivers should ensure they can clear the intersection without stopping before entering to avoid blocking cross traffic. Question 76. How do you determine if it's safe to pass a bicycle on the road? A. By honking to alert the cyclist. B. If there is no oncoming traffic and enough space to pass safely. C. Pass closely at high speed to minimize time beside the cyclist. Answer: B. If there is no oncoming traffic and enough space to pass safely, always ensure there is adequate space to pass a bicycle safely without endangering the cyclist. Question 77. What are the rules for keeping a safe distance behind a motorcycle? A. Tailgate closely to encourage the motorcycle to speed up. B. Keep a minimum of 4 seconds of following distance. C. Motorcycles do not require any additional following distance. Answer: B. Keep a minimum of 4 seconds of following distance. Motorcycles can stop more quickly than cars, so it's important to maintain a safe following distance to prevent accidents. Question 78. How should you use your brakes on a steep downhill grade? A. Use the brakes continuously to maintain a slow speed. B. Use engine braking and brake intermittently to prevent overheating. C. Increase speed before braking hard at the bottom of the hill. Answer: B. Use engine braking and brake intermittently to prevent overheating. On steep downhill grades, using engine braking and applying the brakes intermittently helps prevent brake overheating and failure. Question 79. What should you do if the traffic in front of you has stopped on a freeway? A. Attempt to weave through the traffic. B. Stop safely and wait for traffic to move. C. Use the shoulder to bypass the traffic. Answer: B. Stop safely and wait for traffic to move. If the traffic on a freeway has stopped, it is important to stop safely and wait for the congestion to clear, maintaining a safe distance from other vehicles. Question 80. What are the Nevada laws regarding leaving children unattended in a vehicle? A. It is allowed for up to 30 minutes. B. It is never allowed under any circumstances. C. It is allowed if the air conditioning is on. Answer: B. It is never allowed under any circumstances. Leaving children unattended in a vehicle is dangerous and illegal, regardless of the circumstances or duration. Question 81. What are the rules for driving in HOV lanes during designated hours? A. HOV lanes are open to all traffic. B. Only vehicles with 2 or more occupants can use HOV lanes. C. Any vehicle can use HOV lanes if they are running late. Answer: B. Only vehicles with 2 or more occupants can use HOV lanes. During designated hours, HOV lanes are reserved for vehicles with at least 2 occupants to promote carpooling and reduce traffic. Question 82. What does a yellow and black circular sign mean? A. There is an upcoming railroad crossing. B. The road ahead turns sharply right. C. Traffic must yield ahead. Answer: A. There is an upcoming railroad crossing. A yellow and black circular sign typically indicates that there is a railroad crossing ahead, warning drivers to be cautious and prepared to stop if necessary. Question 83. What are the specific laws regarding smoking in a vehicle when minors are present? A. Smoking is permitted with windows open. B. Smoking is prohibited when minors under 18 are present. C. There are no specific laws regarding smoking in vehicles. Answer: B. Smoking is prohibited when minors under 18 are present. It is illegal to smoke in a vehicle when minors are inside to protect them from secondhand smoke exposure. Question 84. What must a driver do at a T intersection with no traffic signs or signals? A. The driver must always stop. B. The driver must yield to all traffic on the through road. C. The driver has the right of way. Answer: B. The driver must yield to all traffic on the through road. At a T intersection without signs or signals, drivers must yield to vehicles on the through road. Question 85. How should you position your car's mirrors to reduce blind spots? A. Adjust mirrors to slightly overlap with the rear view mirror. B. Position mirrors to see the rear end of your vehicle. C. Set mirrors outward to cover blind spots. Answer: C. Set mirrors outward to cover blind spots. Properly adjusting side mirrors outward can help reduce blind spots and improve visibility around the vehicle. Question 86. What is the legal requirement for yielding to public transportation buses? A. Yield when buses signal to merge from a bus stop. B. Buses must always yield to other vehicles. C. No special rules for yielding to buses. Answer: A. Yield when buses signal to merge from a bus stop. Drivers are required to yield to public transportation buses when they signal to merge back into traffic from a bus stop. Question 87. How do you adjust your driving based on different types of road surfaces? A. Drive faster on rough roads to minimize discomfort. B. Maintain the same driving style regardless of surface. C. Reduce speed and increase following distance on slippery or uneven roads. Answer: C. Reduce speed and increase following distance on slippery or uneven roads. Adapting driving behavior to the road surface condition is crucial for maintaining control and safety. Question 88. What are the speed limits in Nevada's residential areas? A. 25 miles per hour unless otherwise posted. B. 35 miles per hour at all times. C. Variable based on the time of day. Answer: A. 25 miles per hour unless otherwise posted. The default speed limit in residential areas in Nevada is 25 miles per hour, though it may be lower if posted. Question 89. What does it mean when a traffic light is out of service? A. Proceed with caution. B. Treat it as a four-way stop sign. C. Ignore the traffic light and follow the usual right-of-way rules. Answer: B. Treat it as a four-way stop sign. When a traffic light is out of service, the intersection should be treated as a four-way stop, with all drivers stopping and proceeding in turn. Question 90. What are the guidelines for using your high beams? A. Use high beams in all night driving conditions. B. Use high beams when there is no oncoming traffic and in rural areas. C. High beams should be used at all times to increase visibility. Answer: B. Use high beams when there is no oncoming traffic and in rural areas. High beams should be used to improve visibility when it is safe and appropriate, without blinding other drivers. Question 91. How should a driver proceed when entering a freeway from an acceleration lane? A. Yield to all freeway traffic before merging. B. Merge at a significantly lower speed than freeway traffic. C. Accelerate to match the speed of freeway traffic and merge when safe. Answer: C. Accelerate to match the speed of freeway traffic and merge when safe. Drivers should use the acceleration lane to gain speed to match that of the freeway traffic and merge safely. Question 92. What should you do if you see an object lying on the roadway while driving? A. Attempt to retrieve the object if it looks valuable. B. Swerve immediately to avoid the object. C. Slow down and safely navigate around the object if possible. Answer: C. Slow down and safely navigate around the object if possible. Drivers should avoid sudden swerves and instead slow down to safely maneuver around objects on the road. Question 93. How can you tell if it's too foggy to continue driving? A. You can see less than 100 feet ahead. B. The car in front of you has its fog lights on. C. You feel uncomfortable driving. Answer: A. You can see less than 100 feet ahead. If visibility is reduced to less than 100 feet due to fog, it is too dangerous to continue driving and best to find a safe place to pull over. Question 94. What steps should you take if you are the first to arrive at the scene of an accident? A. Immediately move the injured away from the wreckage. B. Call emergency services and provide aid within your ability without moving the injured unnecessarily. C. Leave the scene to avoid liability. Answer: B. Call emergency services and provide aid within your ability without moving the injured unnecessarily. It is important to call for help and only provide aid such as CPR if trained, while waiting for emergency services. Question 95. What does a sign with a horizontal rectangle usually signify? A. General warnings. B. Regulatory information. C. Guidance or directional information. Answer: C. Guidance or directional information. Horizontal rectangle signs typically provide guidance or directional information to drivers, helping navigate roads and routes. Question 96. What are the consequences of driving without a valid driver's license? A. A warning for the first offense. B. Immediate arrest and vehicle impoundment. C. Fines and possible jail time. Answer: C. Fines and possible jail time. Driving without a valid driver's license can result in fines and, depending on circumstances, possibly jail time. Question 97. How does one properly yield to oncoming traffic when turning left? A. Turn quickly before the oncoming vehicles approach. B. Wait in the middle of the intersection until traffic clears. C. Yield until there is a safe gap in oncoming traffic. Answer: C. Yield until there is a safe gap in oncoming traffic. When turning left, drivers must yield to all oncoming traffic and wait for a clear gap before completing the turn. Question 98. What are the rules about stopping for a school bus on a divided highway? A. Stop regardless of the direction you are traveling. B. Only stop if you are on the same side of the road as the bus. C. You do not need to stop if the highway is divided by a barrier. Answer: C. You do not need to stop if the highway is divided by a barrier. On divided highways, drivers do not need to stop for a school bus that is on the opposite side of a physical barrier. Question 99. What is the proper way to use fog lights? A. Only in heavy fog conditions. B. Along with high beams to increase visibility. C. Use them in fog, rain, or snow to improve visibility near the ground. Answer: C. Use them in fog, rain, or snow to improve visibility near the ground. Fog lights are designed to improve low visibility conditions by illuminating the road surface more effectively. Question 100. What are the limitations on using cruise control on Nevada highways? A. Only use in light traffic conditions. B. Never use it. C. Avoid using in heavy traffic, on winding roads, or in rainy, icy, or snowy conditions. Answer: C. Avoid using in heavy traffic, on winding roads, or in rainy, icy, or snowy conditions. Cruise control is best used in light traffic and clear conditions. It should be avoided when conditions make stopping and starting more frequent or when road conditions are poor.